Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing another video full of TikTok hacks. You guys asked for it and I was able to put together a whole nother list of I think 21 different hacks that I'm gonna share with you that range all the way from cleaning hacks, home hacks, life hacks, just a bunch of random stuff, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. First things first, all of these are coming from other TikTok creators and I will tag as many of the original videos as I can down below. But over there, you know, one person does it, 17 people do it. You don't really know who the real creator is. So I'm going to try my best and they will all be in the description box down below. So that way you can head over to TikTok and figure out all the rest of the hacks because there's so many more that I haven't even covered yet. Hack number one involves water bottles. Now I know I've done this when I was a kid, so it's not new to some of us, but to some people this could be new, and that is why I do cover ones specifically to this one, but it is about freezing your water bottles. So if you've ever frozen your water bottle before, you know that it kind of puffs it out, it makes the whole thing a giant block of ice, and then you have to let it defrost before you can actually drink out of it. Well, there is a better way of doing this. This footage is actually from last night. What I'm showing you is one of these bottles. I am emptying it to the halfway point. And then of course this other plastic bottle, you can do this with store-bought bottles. You can do this with Zephyr Hills, any other brand of water bottle. Fill them about halfway and flip them on their side, but make sure the entire mouthpiece is not covered. Only half of the mouthpiece is covered. And then stick them in your freezer overnight. Now, this is today. And the water bottle, you have just the half frozen little water there and the half frozen there. Unscrew your lids. And this was the important part, was making sure the mouthpiece wasn't entirely covered. Fill them up like you normally would. Both bottles, this one's gonna be a little more tricky, but fill both bottles. The ice will melt really slow, so then you have an iced water bottle that you could take with you, and it's not one big frozen block of ice. It's just a lot easier this way. You can put it in your kid's lunch, take it with you wherever you're going. There you go, the ice will slowly melt and your water will stay cold longer this way, but you can also drink it right away instead of waiting for one big block of ice to melt. I just realized I started with one of the kitchen ones and I wanted to start with one of them that was outside the kitchen since I don't have that many, so I'm gonna jump into those real quick. First hack, not kitchen related. This one right here is how to tie a balloon using a hanger. I have one with the little divot and without. And yeah, I don't blow up my own balloons, so this is another one that's not really a hack, but I highly recommend if you blow up a lot of balloons. We have 5 kids. Every birthday we fill the house with balloons, so I have a balloon blower. A balloon pump. I will just say it correctly that way in case you want to find one. I will also try and link mine below, but this is how to tie one of these with a hanger. Take your balloon, take your hanger, kind of like wedge it under your arm like this. Hold the balloon. You're gonna pull it across to the top of the hanger like this, up underneath the hanger, and then into the little hole that it makes right there. And it'll just slide off the hanger and tie. So it saves your fingers. It does get easier with repetition, I will say that, and it is very quick, just around it and it will pop right off. And this does work a lot better than getting your fingers stuck in the balloon every time. If you are a crafter, you know the struggle of changing out the glue stick because it doesn't really stay in there and you have to just deal with it and it's a big old mess. Well, there is a hack to fix that too. Very simply, take it, put some of the glue on the end and pop it in there and stick it to the other glue stick inside, and it'll continue to work. Perfectly normal. The next one is how to fold leggings, that way they don't fall over. Mine used to be a huge mess in this drawer, and they're not anymore, so I'm gonna show you how to fold them like that. This one's very easy. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take them, fold them, you know, hot dog way. We'll talk paper terms on this. You're gonna fold the little part in right here, then the top, okay? You're gonna fold that down just about to where, if they're high-waisted, they've got that line. The bottom part, you're gonna fold them up to that line and then up again to where you just met them. Then up here in the waistband, it made a little pocket. You're going to fold all of this into that pocket. Hold on, let me get mine a little straighter so it'll be easier for you guys to see. But okay, so you see the little pocket. This goes into that little pocket you've created, and then you just flatten it out And then you could throw these suckers all over the place, in your gym bag, in a suitcase, in your drawer. Doesn't matter, they're gonna stay together. For the next hack, it is how to remove price stickers off of items like this one. Easy enough, just take your blow dryer and heat up the sticker for a few seconds. Now it should just peel right off. If you, nope, I didn't heat it long enough, so I need to go again. There you go. So just like that. And it doesn't really leave too much gunk behind either when you do it this way. Next hack involves these Swiffer wet mopping cloths. And if you read the back here, it says to place the thing in the box itself to attach it and then clean, which is how I typically do it, but there's another way. According to the hack, you take the lid, you take your cloth and place it in the lid, and then open it up like so. And then you put your Swiffer in there and you attach it from inside the lid, because apparently that just makes it a lot easier than putting it, you know, right there, just inside the box. Nope, in the lid. This is actually very helpful to do it in the lid, because when it gets this low in my box, typically when they're really high up, I would just flap these both over, set it on there, and they sit on the sides just fine. When they're this low, it doesn't do that. So this, I think, works best when your box is lower, but when your box is all the way full, there's really no need for this hack, but I get it. One of the women, actually more than one, I've seen several talk about this, but they are all repair techs for appliances like your washing machine. And they say most problems are actually because you are using too much, and they show exactly how much you do need to use, which is only 2 tablespoons. And I know that sounds crazy, but 2 tablespoons is about 30 milliliters. I'm gonna show you how much that actually is. One important thing, this is all about the HE detergents and washers, so that is what I'm talking about when this hack. This is my messed up measuring cup, so this is not for food, so don't freak out. There's a 50, so I'm only going to this line right here for 30. I'm gonna pour it in. Right there is the 30. Now on your cup, you're gonna see right here where it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is how much they are recommending that you use from each company, when in all reality, right there is all you need, and it doesn't even go to the 1. Like, there's the little line for the 1, and it is actually below it. And that's all you need right there to perfectly clean your clothes. It is not going to destroy your clothes. This is for a standard wash, normal soil. I'm not talking go play in the dirt and put your wash in there. This is just normal life. Next hack is for anyone who wears perfume. Yes, this is body spray. I don't have any actual bottles of like real good perfume in the house right now. But if you wear this stuff and you notice that it doesn't quite last as long, you could take just a little bit of Vaseline, normal Vaseline, tiny layer, and just put it on your skin where you're going to put the perfume, and then spray it on, let it dry, and it will last longer. This one I have been testing with that bottle of body spray for the last several days, and I do notice a little bit of a difference. But again, I'm using body spray, so I don't know if like maybe with like real good quality perfumes, if it would last even better. Now we're going to move into all of the kitchen specific hacks, and some of these are just so much fun. The next hack, I will tell you right now, it was like split. Half people thought it was genius and half the people thought it was absolutely stupid in the comment section. But I'm just telling you now, don't shoot the messenger. I can understand both points of view, and it involves a Stanley. So the hack is for Starbucks loving people, because you can take a venti sized Starbucks and you could just pop it right inside your Stanley, and you could still drink out of it and sip from it. I mean, it works. It doesn't spill, doesn't make a mess. And what it does is it insulates your drink so that way your ice doesn't melt as fast. The reason a lot of people thought this was stupid, why don't you just pour it into the Stanley, or have Starbucks make it inside your Stanley, and you save money at Starbucks if you do that. This is for the people that don't want to have to clean their cup. This is where I understand the other side of it. For the times when you want to be lazy and you don't want to have to clean your Stanley, but you still want your ice to last for a while, yes, I understand this thing. But for long term, I really don't, because I'm going to show you another thing. This will only work for the venti. When I go to Starbucks, I typically order the grande. I get my kids the tall, like the water. This is a tall, the venti's still in here. So if I pull this out, this is the tall. It will fall completely in there. The grande does the same thing. This will only work for the venti, which is another reason why it's kind of stupid when they do make insulated things that carry your drinks. I found another one. I'm gonna try it out soon to let you guys know if it works. But it's called like Frost Buddy To Go Buddy or something, and it does small, medium, and large cups from almost everywhere, including Dunkin', and then you don't have to worry about just the one size in your Stanley. Forgot one point with this. The other thing is people like to have a handle on their drink, so this also does give you that benefit too. But like I said, I can see both sides of it, whether it's a good hack or not. If you've ever had to cut one of these, you know that it takes a lot of muscle to like really get through one of these. There's a trick to make it easier. Doesn't just have to be the butternut squash either. It can work with the spaghetti squash and the acorn squash as well. From what I've been told, I haven't tried it, but from what I've been told, it works in those too. Apparently, instead of just like hacking into this, you can literally just rotate it back and forth. And it starts to cut into it. And then you just keep rotating just like that, and it will go through. Look at that. So easy. Just in case it was confusing, all you're doing is rocking your wrist back and forth so that way it rocks the produce. You're not actually like digging into it, but put a little bit of pressure on the knife, but literally all you're doing is rocking it back and forth on the board. Next step involves grapes and an easier way to get them off of the vine. This right here is just water and vinegar. I'm gonna rinse them off and put them on a towel real fast. Okay, so let me put the grapes on the towel. What it says is to take your towel, put it over it, and push down and just roll around. Don't put a whole lot of extra pressure in there because you will squish your grapes. I mean, they will squish. But if you just kind of maneuver the towel a little bit, it will take a lot of them all the way off. And if you keep going, all the rest of these too. I wanna see if I can get the rest of these off. So just don't be too rough with it because you will break them, I'm telling you. You're gonna have grapes everywhere, oh, like that. And P.S., don't let your dogs eat those. Not good for them either. But yeah, see? It works real easy. Broccoli. It says that we've been washing our broccoli wrong. So I'm gonna show you what's the wrong way and the right way. And this one is fresh out of the package. I have not cleaned this one in vinegar or baking soda or anything like that. This over here I do have sitting in vinegar water just to see if it makes any difference. We'll try that too. This is the one straight from the package and just running water over the top. Hopefully you can hear me. I'll turn it down a little bit. You see how it just kind of beads off and flows off? Flip it over. And you're supposed to be able to wash it from underneath and see how the water actually comes out of it because it's getting through it. So you're supposed to wash your broccoli upside down. Over here, I've got the ones that are in the vinegar water. So let's go ahead and pull one of these out. We'll try the top. Okay. Still beads off, and you can see it coming down a little bit. But when you flip it over, even more water comes through. So, okay. So just note to self, wash your broccoli upside down. Not necessarily a hack, but something else I learned from TikTok is these little bowls that have the strainer and the bowl underneath them for washing my produce, because then I could just lift this straight out, rinse off my strawberries, blueberries, whatever. So that I did learn from TikTok. But if you see all that crap floating around there, this is just the grapes and the broccolis, so wash your produce. And don't worry, nothing you see me cut or use is going to waste. This is for dinner tonight, as well as the butternut squash. And in a second, you're gonna see another hack with another piece of produce. It will be used tonight as well. The bell pepper. There's probably a good 5 ways to deal with a bell pepper on TikTok, online, wherever you wanna see it. This one literally just wants you to push on the stem and it will release the seed pod inside of it. And then you can just break apart the pepper. That's what this one says. So we're gonna push down on the center, just like that. And then you can pull apart the pepper slide the seed pod out, and then pull this into little wedges to cut. Now, I don't like how it rips. I don't like still having seeds to deal with inside, but I mean, it is an easy way to open up a bell pepper, but it's still not the best way to do this. In one of my other TikTok hack videos, if you know, please comment it down below so people know which one to go watch. I do show the best way to do this, and it's basically where you cut the top and the bottom off and slide your knife and kind of roll the seed pod completely out of the middle. The seeds go, the ribs go, everything, and you're left with one big slab of pepper that you can cut into strips, or you could dice it. It is just the easiest, cleanest, and most effective way to cut a bell pepper. So apparently I've been peeling potatoes wrong my entire life. Potatoes is you literally just keep going like this and peeling the potatoes. This is sharp on both sides. So what you're supposed to be able to do, stand the potato up, and you're supposed to be able to go back and forth. Hold on, let me see if I can. Yeah, back and forth like that, all the way around the potato, and it's faster. Up and down, all around the potato. Just like that. Wow. Yeah, that's so much faster. The sweet potato. I gotta remember the motion I made with my hand. And then like this part where there's this little mark, just go back and forth and it comes right off. So much faster. For this next one, I'm using garlic, but just anything will work. Any kind of fish or very strong scented thing that you're working with, and it gets that smell all over your hands. This is a hack to remove that horrible smell very quickly and easily. Hands still have the little garlic pieces and they're sticky. What I'm going to do, turn the water on just a little bit so it gets warm for me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my hands and I'm gonna rub them on the stainless steel. You can also do this with make a bar, a stainless steel bar, or with a spoon. And just rub your hands on the stainless steel and then wash your hands as you normally would, and the smell will be completely gone. Something about the stainless steel takes care of the smell. But yeah, there's no garlic smell whatsoever left on my hands. Box grater is another one apparently I've been using wrong my entire life. I set mine in a bowl and I will grate my cheese. Here. I will grate my cheese just by holding the box grater and letting it all go through the bottom into the bowl. Apparently that's wrong. I gotta bore it out in case this makes a huge mess. But you're supposed to put the box grater on its side, and then whichever handed you are, that's how you hold it. And get that noise out of here. And then you just grate your cheese like so, and it will be stored inside the box grater. There we go. Okay, I found an easier way to hold it, so that works. I mean, yeah, I think this is actually a little bit easier for grating purposes. I don't really know about the storage though. So yeah, and then all of your cheese is in there and you just pour it where you need it. I'm just making a pancake, but this could be for any item that you need to flip. And it basically says if you have an item that you need to flip, instead of flipping the item, you can flip the pan. Item, pan, flip the pan. Just like that. Clearly it's easy to flip a pancake. This would be more for like sunny side up eggs or an omelet, or something a little more delicate like fish that could fall apart easily if you forcefully flip it. Instead, just lift it with a spatula, flip the pan, and put it back in it. Taco night just got easier. Instead of having to hold your shell while you fill it, I'll just use a fork. Just like that. And it holds your shell up perfectly. This way you can see what it looks like from above the fork, and it's just literally sitting right inside the tines, just like that. The next two hacks involve ice cream pints. No, it does not have to be the full fat Ben & Jerry's, Haagen-Dazs, all of those. It can be the protein ones, whatever. It just needs to be the ice cream pints like these. By the way, if you do like Ben & Jerry's, these two flavors, First one up is if you have a Yeti or another one of these type of stainless steel tumbler cups, you should just be able to take the lid off and pop this, yep, in there, just like that. And then it will keep it cold. Your hands don't have to touch it, and you can eat straight out of it just like that. Hack number 2, if you don't have a Yeti, you just need a coffee cup. Put it in the coffee cup. Then you have a handle that you can eat it from. You're still not touching it. It will keep it cold, but not as cold as one of those stainless steel cups because they're made for that. But this will still keep it colder longer. Your hands aren't touching it, and you have a handle to walk around while you're eating it. So easy, it sits right in there. Yeah, the fish food has cute little fish chocolates in it, by the way, but it's so easy. I will tell you, some of these hacks make you feel stupid because you're like, why didn't I think of that sooner? But this is just perfect. If you've watched any of my other TikTok hack videos, you know that I like to end on something fun, and today's video is no different, and we're gonna talk about these right here. My husband had no clue, so I'm pretty sure a lot of you probably don't either. If you used to drink these when you were a kid, or you get them for your kids now, most people twist this little part off and then drink from that hole. But that's not the way to drink them. Before you come at me, yes, I know the directions do say to twist off the top. I'm not following directions here. Top, scissors, cut it right here along this little top seam and just cut that seam off. Just like that. What you've done is you made a straw. And you can drink it just like that. I love this hack because my kids do like these. I hate to give them because they're full of sugar and dye, so they don't get them very often. But when they do, it makes a huge mess when you do pull this top off. The straw idea is just amazing with small children. But that is going to do it. I believe that was like 21 hacks covered in this video for all over the house. And I do have plenty more, so if you guys do want another one of these, just let me know in the comments down below. Give this one a thumbs up as well, because that will also trigger me to know that you guys did enjoy this video. If you are new and this was your first visit to my channel, I really hope you consider subscribing and sticking around, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.